Salutations gamers, I'm the OgichiGame, and if all you're here for right now is the sneak preview of what's coming in Memories of the Equestrian Wolf, then I will provide a little... I will give you a timestamp to go to that. You can see it if that's what all you care about. But I'm going to talk about the project just a little bit right in this segment here, because I figured I might as well talk about it. You deserve an explanation, so all of you that decided to stay, thank you. So I can explain myself a little bit. So, first and foremost, I want to say I am terribly sorry that it has been 10 months and I have given basically no word whatsoever on the project whatsoever. At all. Terribly sorry about that. But the main reason is I really didn't have anything. And let me explain for a minute here. Okay, so I started the project 10 months ago, early on in my senior year. Okay? It was my senior year, early in the year. I didn't have a whole lot to do, so I had a lot more time that I could be spending on these sort of projects. And I started the project, and I was working on it. I got through the first scene, which I released as a trailer, which all of you probably have seen by now. And if you haven't, go and check it out if you want to, I suppose. After I released that, I started working on the second scene, and I was having a little trouble getting through it, and because I was only able to work maybe an hour at most at a time. And even then, I really wasn't being able to work a full hour. And that is just not a lot of time to be working on an animation. And as the year progressed through my senior year, things just got worse and worse and worse in terms of time. And it's not like I haven't been working. I have been working, I haven't necessarily been working on that particular project. Now, summer came around, and I should have immediately got back on the project, but the problem came in. I have a few issues, that sounds really bad, that's the way I put that. I just have a little bit of trouble getting into projects sometimes after so long not doing the project and going back to the project, because you kind of lose some of that sort of momentum that you get from when you first start the project. And it just really didn't dawn in my mind. And so mostly this summer, I've been doing other work, but at the same time, I haven't been animating. I haven't been animating for several months because, basically, I have a lot of trouble with, like, depression and that sort of stuff. Not a topic for this video right now, but just, it's kind of an issue. So, it kind of held me back from doing a lot of things that I would have otherwise I should have been doing until recently, and the project has basically been resurrected. It's been dead for a while, and I never told anyone because it's not that I never planned on working on it, it's that I just couldn't get myself to really do a whole lot, even though, again, I have been working, just not necessarily on art and animation, the stuff that I should have been working on, putting a lot of time into, until recently, about a week ago, well, not a full week ago, but I believe Monday of this week, today is Friday, about Monday of this week, I got a message on the trailer video from Dr. Wolf himself on Memories of the Equestrian Wolf, the animation trailer I made. And he didn't really say all that much. He was just like, I didn't know this was a thing, and the reason that he didn't know was because my original plan was I was going to keep the project a secret until it was finished, and then I was going to turn it over to him so that he would have this animation completely free of charge, because, I don't know, it was just a project that I wanted to do to practice and get better and better at animation, so I could build bigger and better animation projects and that sort of stuff, and it didn't work out that way. But when he messaged me, something kind of clicked that day. It kind of clicked with me when he messaged me. He was like, I'm interested to see what you come up with. He didn't say a whole lot, he just kind of said, like, I'll be interested to see what you come up with, something like that. And it kind of, like, snapped in my head. And all of a sudden, I felt like I had a purpose. And immediately, I got out a paper, and I have it written right up on my wall, actually. I slapped the paper up there. I wrote a completely new schedule, because my schedule, I haven't had a solid schedule. My work schedule has just been kind of all over the place. I wrote down a solid schedule, what exactly I have to do at what hours of the day for 8 hours, all the way from 6 in the morning up until 3 o'clock. I have a solid schedule telling me exactly what to do. And because of that, I've been working this past week 5 hours a day on the memories of the Equestrian Wolf. And that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's a lot more than what I was doing before. And that's not to say that I'm not doing more than 5 hours a day, but I have scheduled 5 hours that I specifically am working on the project, and I have gotten a long way through. I think I am currently working on scene 12. This past week, I've gotten all the way up into scene 12. I'm somewhere 3 minutes into the animation. So basically, in the past week alone, I've gone through I've animated 2 full minutes worth of the project in just a week's time. So the project is resurrected. I'm working on it again. I have a new schedule, and Dr. Wolf, thanks for the comment, because it really kind of snapped me back into reality, and I started working a lot harder on this project, a ton. So with all that said, the only other thing I want to mention before I show you the preview that a lot of you are probably here for anyway, which is, please keep in mind, this is the first major animation project I've ever worked on, as in I've never done a project of this length. This is a 16-minute, this first one anyway, because I'm doing chapter 1 that he read. The first one is a full 16 minutes, so that's 16 minutes of animation that I have to fill. That's the largest project I've ever done. And also keep in mind that the animator, the whole team, the full team of animators for this project, me. It's one person, it's me, that's it. So this is the first project of this size that I've ever worked on, and I'm the only one working on it. Please keep that in mind with this project, so, don't expect the biggest and the greatest, and also, I'm doing it completely free. My resources are very limited, and I have a $0 budget, so keep that all in mind. But anyway, I've stalled long enough. Without further ado, roll footage.
My earliest memories should have been happy. After all, it is only natural for wolf pups to be born in the spring and spend their youth enjoying their first summer. Or so I've heard. I did not experience these things myself. For me, there was no spring or summer. It was always cold, so very cold. It seemed as though winter would never end. In all my youth, I never once saw the sun clearly, always through thick clouds and heavy snow. And even now, I could not fathom as to why. But that did mean my family could not have lasted long against such an unyielding blizzard. I could not say what happened to each of them. I only remember that I had been left alone, freezing, starving. That is, until he found me.